Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Today back in the garden, gonna dig out the spuds and see what's in the 7 tyres high. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. This chest camera, I can't really see where it's pointing because the screen sort of switches off after a minute. Right, so we're gonna take these tyres off, see what's under there. Hopefully I'll be able to get them out. They're quite heavy. Grip on it, because it's pretty much the end of the season, so plants are starting to die off now. So I'm going to dig them out, see what we've got, see whether this idea worked, if it's worth repeating next year or not. It certainly has kept the insects and stuff at bay, and I suppose if we were to get frost, it would keep that. They wouldn't suffer as much from it. So yeah, top tyre off. I don't think there's anything in that one. Just sift through that. No, that's just the plant that was in the top of that, which is pretty much starting to die off now anyway. So get the next one off there. Hopefully the camera angle's okay so that you can see. I don't think there'll be anything in that one by the looks of it. It's just plant at the top. No spuds under there. We've got one tiny one there. So I don't know whether I should have left them to grow for a bit more. Shall put them all to one side if I find any. Plenty of worms in there, so that's a good sign. Yeah, there is still a small one there. I was going to try and pull the top one off and keep the plant in there, but it's difficult. I'll see whether I can get this one off in one piece. The plants all come apart anyway, so. I don't think the plant would have survived for much longer. It's now mid-October almost, so we're getting to the winter season. No, nothing in that one. Oh, hang on, we've got one. There's one there, that's a decent size. Not bad. Just have a bit of a rummage through this. Bit easier than trying to dig them out of the ground, I reckon. Hopefully it's still in shot there. Okay, nothing in there. Just that one then. We dig further. I had to prop it up with this because all the rain. I had to put some bits of wood to prop up the tyres. They were starting to tilt. Small one still on there. Did start a bit late in the season, I guess. It's amazing, that's now 3 tyres and the plant is still intact more or less. Pull the 4th one off. Plant goes all the way down by the looks of it. Just checking that. That's the 4th tyre. Let's move the camera a bit up so that you can see. Doesn't look like there's anything in that one. I can reuse all the soil on my beds for next year. Right, we dig further. So I don't know whether this method's worth it. So far hasn't yielded much in the way of spuds. We'll see what's further down. That's the 5th one. It doesn't look like there's anything in there. Have a bit of a rummage. Plant is still grown all the way down from the bottom up. Leaves have disappeared and roots have started growing on there where I've buried it. But nope, nothing in that one. Seems to me like these plants just produce one spud and then that's it. Right, tyre number 6. Let's have a look. Has it been worth all the effort? Thought I'll just try it for fun. Just growing them off pieces of potato that I'd started shooting roots out in the kitchen. Tyre number 6. It's not looking too promising at this stage, to be honest. You know, the spud plants have done really well to keep growing, and I've been keeping on burying them, and they keep growing upwards. But it doesn't look like there's any harvest out of that. It's gone all the way down, so I'll see now the last one. That's 6 tyres and 1 spud, so doesn't look like this method is worth pursuing for the next season. It just grows upwards and doesn't produce spuds. I suppose the plant is concentrating on growing new leaves instead of roots. So maybe it's better just to do 1 tyre, keep it close to the ground, build the soil up slightly as it is there now basically. So let's get the final one off there. That's a lot of hard work for 1 spud, I tell you what. Right, see if we can get this one out. That one's heavy. I don't want to dig in there with a shovel because if there's any in there it's going to damage them. Just dig this away from the edges a bit. Plenty of worms in the garden, which is always a good sign. This is my first time growing stuff in the garden, so this is my initial lockdown crop, if you like. When I was initially stuck in the house for 3 months, got busy in my spare time doing the garden. Let's see if we can get this one up. Oh, that's heavy. I'm not going to get that out in a hurry. I'm going to risk it with a shovel then. I'm not expecting to find much. Hang on, we've got one there. So that's 2. I'm going to use these for my tyre wall at the end of the garden there anyway, to put across there. So they're not going to get wasted. There's another one. Seems like they're all growing at the bottom of the plant. Get that with the others. Hopefully you can still see what's going on. Camera angle's not too bad. Hang on, I just dug out another one. There we go. So they're all in the bottom tyre. That's 4 or 5 so far. 3 decent sized ones. Get back in there. Hopefully I don't chop any of them up with a shovel. There's another one. Small one. Try and carefully dig the soil out now. Just adjust the camera angle a bit. Hopefully it'll still be in shot there. Very muddy because we've had lots of rain and miserable weather last week or 2. So I've been waiting for this opportunity to do some work in the garden. Finally, we'll get it down when it's dry. That's the main plant there, and there's something attached. There's another one. That's the main root system there. So that's the whole potato plant. It grew a good 1.5 meters, I would say. So there's a miniature one there, and a small one like the ones you buy in packets in the shop, those tiny potatoes. So that's what we've got so far. That's most of them in the bottom tyre. We'll dig out the rest of the soil now. See if we've got anything else. There we go, there's another one. Small one. Right, see if I can lift this now. That's heavy. Oop. Okay, got it. That's quite a big tyre, this one. Big fat tyre. I put it at the bottom to sort of anchor the whole lot, and it is heavy when it's full of soil. There, that's the 7th one off. And I don't see anything in there. Look in the walls of the tyres. They don't seem to grow there. I think that is probably it, because we got down to the roots of the plant. Yep, that looks like that's it. So all those 7 tyres there. All that effort, shoveling of soil, etc., to build up a stack that high. Some guy in a racing car coming past. Jay thinks he's in a racing car, making a horrible racket. I think his exhaust is knackered. Sounds that way. Anyway, so 7 tyres. This is what we basically got out of it. 4 decent size, 3 small, 2 smaller, and 1 tiny. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think next year I'm not going to bother with this tyre method. It doesn't seem to work that well. I'll see what's in this one. I'm going to bore you with more video footage of that. Again, I've propped it up with some wood there because they're starting to fall over a bit. They were a bit unbalanced, and all that rain softened all the soil at the bottom. So that's the potato tyre method. You've got to try it to prove whether it works or not. In my opinion, it's not really worth all the effort involved in it. Next time I'll go 1, maybe 2 tyres high and just leave it at that. Just build the soil up slightly around the plant and just leave it to grow. Because it seems like now, with this method, it concentrates all its energy on growing new leaves all the time, and less energy on growing the actual roots or the potatoes. So anyway, that was my digging up of the potatoes episode. Hopefully you found it a bit interesting, and I'll do another video now about the rest of the garden just to show you what's going on with that. I'll do a separate video for that, and in the meantime, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye bye for now.